What is one thing that instantly makes you think, this person has no manners? My neighbor knocked on my door last Sunday asking to borrow my lawnmower. Sure, no problem. He seemed nice enough when he moved in 3 months ago. Always waved, kept his yard decent. Seemed like a normal guy who just needed help getting settled. 3 hours later, I look outside and he's using my mower to cut his entire front yard, backyard, and his elderly mother's lawn next door. Then I see him pushing it down the street to another house 2 blocks away. I'm watching through my window thinking maybe I'm seeing things. Nope, this guy is literally running a full lawn service operation with my equipment. He's got a little wagon attached with rakes and hedge trimmers that I'm pretty sure came from other neighbors. When he finally brings it back around dinner time, the gas tank is completely empty and there's grass clippings packed so thick in the blades it won't even start. The whole thing is covered in mud, oil stains, and what looks like dog poop from multiple yards. I'm like, dude, you used all my gas and completely destroyed my mower. He looks me dead in the eye with zero shame and says, well, technically, you only said I could borrow it. You never mentioned anything about gas limits, time restrictions, or cleaning requirements in our verbal agreement. Then he reaches into his back pocket and hands me a folded piece of paper. An actual handwritten bill for $85 on what looks like legitimate business letterhead. What the hell is this for? I asked, unfolding what had itemized charges like some kind of professional invoice, lawn care consultation, and equipment stress testing fee. I noticed your grass cutting technique is completely wrong and unprofessional. Those lines you cut last week were crooked and honestly embarrassing for the neighborhood. I just stood there reading this insane itemized list. $20 for technical expertise, $25 for fuel consumption analysis, $15 for blade sharpness evaluation, and $25 for quality assessment services across multiple properties. Also, he continues with a completely straight face. Your mower is pretty outdated and poorly maintained. The engine kept stalling, the blade alignment is way off, and the height adjustment mechanism is sticky. I had to work twice as hard to get decent results on all those lawns I serviced today. All those lawns? You mean the 6 different yards you cut without asking me first? Exactly. The additional $25 covers my extra time, mechanical expertise, and honestly the physical strain of operating substandard equipment. Really, I'm doing you a huge favor by stress testing your machinery and identifying these performance issues. The guy actually expected me to pay him for destroying my lawnmower while running his unauthorized side business throughout the entire neighborhood. Hi, detail. I told him he was completely insane and to get off my property immediately before I called the police. He shrugged like I was being unreasonable and said I had exactly 24 hours to pay the full amount or he'd take me to small claims court for breach of equipment rental agreement. 2 days later, I found a certified letter taped to my front door demanding the money and threatening to report me to the Homeowners Association for discriminatory lending practices and operating an unlicensed equipment rental business without proper neighborhood notification. The letter was typed on official-looking letterhead that said Johnson Professional Lawn Services, with his home address listed as the business headquarters and a fake phone number. Turns out this complete psycho had been planning to start a landscaping company for months and thought borrowing my mower was some kind of free equipment trial program that he could exploit indefinitely. I called the Homeowners Association myself and found out he'd already sent them a formal complaint claiming I was operating an unlicensed rental business and discriminating against new residents by charging excessive fees. The HOA president just started laughing and said 3 other neighbors had called that same week about this guy borrowing tools, garden hoses, and extension cords, then pulling identical scams with fake bills. Last week, I saw him knocking on doors throughout the subdivision with a professional clipboard trying to sell lawn services door to door. He was using a mower that looks suspiciously similar to mine but spray painted black instead of red with the serial numbers filed off. Some people have absolutely zero shame and apparently even fewer functioning brain cells.